Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. We are going to be inside my head today, a bit deep. And we started off with the lovely Sicilian. I haven't played e4 for a while, if I recall rightly, in inside my head business. So this is the time to do so. g6, lots of variations we can transpose into with this. If I play d4, it can be a Sicilian Marozzi bind, it can be a Sicilian dragon. If I play c3, it can be a 3c Sicilian. Actually, after d4, bishop g7, it can even transpose into a Benoni. So there are lots of things we can do. We are going to opt for the Marozzi bind, which I think we have done before on the channel. And we're going to play this annoying business where I don't allow any trades. This is a strongly counterintuitive move that is only justified by the fact that we have got 4 pairs of pieces and I have got a lot of space advantage due to this bind named after the famous Hungarian Grandmaster Géza Marozzi. And so it is a very good idea to avoid trades because the more pieces he has, the harder it is to organize them. Obviously because of the limited space available. He is trying to play for b5, but I would like to not let that happen, and for the time being I'm doing a good job of that. The big question is, do I want to kick him out or do I not? Also, knight d5 is a possibility in these structures, entering an endgame. Actually, that's quite tempting. Knight takes, queen takes, knight takes, pawn takes, knight e5 perhaps. Okay, c1 and b3, and he's struggling for space there. We haven't done instructive endgames for a while. Let's do endgame land. I like this idea. And now it's very handy that I haven't castled yet, because now my king is very well placed in the center, supporting the rooks on the c-file. It's basically in close proximity to everything. That is really important. Now after knight here I can go knight d4, denying e6 breakout, denying f5 breakout, denying all kinds of breakouts. Now, that's very strange, because I wanted to play knight d4, but now he might have knight b5, and after masses of trades, both of these pawns would be on, one due to the rook when the pawn recaptures and the other one due to the bishop. So I'm actually tempted to just sit tight here and see where this knight is going, because if I could play b3 a4, fully denying this knight's entry into the fray, that would be good. So for the time being I'm just developing my dudes, and now he has revealed his hand. He wanted to play here. Well, I don't know if he wanted to do it, but he did it anyway, which I think is a really bad move because it creates targets on the white squares for my bishop. It doesn't gain any space. It gives the impression of gaining space, but it doesn't. And now I'm very tempted to play knight b4. Immediately pinpointing the weakness of the setup. It's tricky because after a5 I wanted to play bishop a7, and after rook takes, bishop takes, knight c6 going in, hitting the rook, the pawn and the pawn, and the pawn here. That would be good, but after knight b4 a5, if I take on a7, they can take on b4 instead, and that is not as convincing as I would like it to be. So once again we're just going to apply common sense and just centralize our pieces and go from there. I'm expecting masses of swaps, heavy pieces wise, which is one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this knight b4 business, immediately putting pressure on, but I don't think it was sound. Okay. Okay, so moves that come to my head: b4, fixing the pawns on white. But then again, that might cut out my way eventually into that juicy position there. And the other one is g4 actually, to simply gain space on the other wing as well. Can be important. Yeah, I'm going with that. I'm expecting king e8, king d8, which doesn't really improve his position anyway. So I feel fully justified in doing what I'm doing. So if knight takes, then I have got my path right in here. Because a5... Oh no, a5 is actually possible. Because then I'm pinned. Right. But even so, after king here, a5, king b3, these pawns are becoming very, very loose. This has to be right. I think he's actually losing now, and that's again just a simple reason. The simple reason behind it was that very impulsive pawn thrust towards the center that basically was a semi-threat, if that at all. So I'm simply just walking here and taking the pawn. That's my plan. And he can't really do much about it. And on occasion he has to even watch out for tactics like knight moves and then knight is hanging. And yeah, I'm just dodging the bullets now, and that's it. Knight c5. Now knight c6 is looking quite interesting because that is threatening to win a pawn here, as well as just getting in here and wreak havoc. So both are very tempting, in fact. Yeah, I don't really know which one to go for. I quite like both. This king here is threatening with b4 and then take. It's quite powerful too. Yeah, I'm going forward. Now I can go in if I want to. Or I can go for b4. Wow, wouldn't that be great if I trapped that bishop on c8 by coming here, b4, knight check in, and king c7, and the bishop got trapped. Wow, that's too beautiful not to go for. I think, yeah, king e8 was the correct response, because now if I go here, the bishop always finds a safe refuge on d7, but now I'm very annoyingly hassling his knight. And in fact, after knight d7 check, again, king c7 wins the bishop on c8. This is actually a rather nice demonstration of the power of the king in the endgame. Look at that. Total domination. c8 bishop is gonna. Wow, that's actually quite nice. I mean, he was lost anyway because I was simply threatening to take, and it's not only the fact that I'm a pawn to the good, but also the fact that these pawns would have inevitably fallen as well. Yeah, and now he called it a day, and he doesn't want a rematch. Yes, he does. So let's do a rematch and see how we go. Good old English. Which line should I play against the English folks? Should I play for the c6 variation, or should I go for the Sicilian set? Well, after g3 actually, yeah, I don't really like the knight f6 d5 because that's a reverse dragon that is structurally would be very similar to the previous game, so I'm trying to do something different. So I will try c6. It is basically, the concept is that we are going to play a reverse 3c Sicilian. Okay. That was not a good move at all, because now after e d4, knight c6 comes with a big fat tempo, and then d4 comes with a big fat tempo too. So this is not good at all. If it takes, I take back, queen takes bishop d7, and he has got a queen hanging and a knight hanging. So he has to play here knight e4, and that's borderline losing after takes, bishop takes and check. Yeah, so the fact of the matter is that in this position, if he wants to play for the d4 move, he needs to play it right now. Because knight c3 awkwardly put this knight into this d4 motif. And yeah, no dramas. No. Yeah. Actually, let me think there for a second. After this check, if he plays king f1, then I have to be a tad careful, because I have queen b6, queen d6, or maybe queen b6 rather. Yeah, that works. Okay. Checky. So I needed to find now a way to defend this and this at the same time, and queen b6 perfectly fits the bill. And another big problem in his position now, other than the fact that his king is awkward a little bit, is that he can't play knight f3, because then this check is going to seal the king in there. So I reckon king g2 needs to be played, but then after moves like, I'm not even sure where to put this now. I really don't want to put it on the e file, because I want to play rook e8 with a tempo on the bishop. So perhaps we come back here. Yep. So what I was saying was that I want to, yeah, castle and then get an extra tempo on this bishop as well. Oh, I forgot to give the check. Ah, dang it. Luckily he's playing very greedily, which is very bad in these kind of setups. Like he wanted to pinch the d4 pawn, which I didn't even look at. Because it's just instinctively feels horrendously bad. For example, queen takes, bishop check, king g1, bishop c5, and he would have been immediately a goner there. Now this is a little bit more complex, because now I have got two very tempting moves. One of them is c5, followed by bishop here. The other one is bishop check, which is what I'm going to go for. And now we are hardcore trying to exploit the weak back rank. So I'm essentially a rook. I've got an extra rook. Here or here. So after either, he's going to play bishop e3 or pawn e3. Which is actually a big giveaway that I should play bishop e5 here, because if then pawn e3, then rook d8 and c5 is the way to get into the d file. So I'll just pause for a second because of knight c6. Not that I believe that's a good idea, but I want to cover everything. Now, actually, back to basics. Bishop c5 is the correct move, because if e3, then after rook d8, I can take on d4, thereby gaining access to the so desired d file. It's not the pawn that really matters. It's far more so the fact that we have got free entry. Whoa, that's a mate in one, buddy. Don't do that. Yeah, so, don't know what to really expect here, or what I would suggest him to do. Perhaps queen c2, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen, bishop e3. But then again, after queen back to d5, the white squared mate threats are just deadly. Yeah, there is no way out here. So let's go back, because there were a few very inaccurate moves played here that I wanted to point out. So number one, I should have given here a check. Although, to be perfectly fair, after he castles, he has got knight g5 to kick me out. But then I swing... Ah, yeah. And that hangs h7 too. So maybe the way I did it was probs alright. So takes looks good, although this is hanging too. Yeah, actually I'm quite tempted to take b2 now. Again, not because of I'm winning material with that, but because of it confuses the defense really big time, because now both of these are hanging, and if either of the big pieces go to d1, then I take on d4, and then I create again attack on that piece. This is game. This is g to the g. Yep, as per expected, and so now when we trade here, d4 comes with a double attack, and the pin is now unbearable. So against virtually everything I will play here. Queen a5 is probably the best. I mean, yeah, there is no best here, everything loses. Okay. So now the trick is that if he takes, I have got mate. c5 was already winning a piece, but I am hunting a bigger fish here than that. So if I take here, can he stop mate? Oh no, I just said that it's mate here. Soz. Yep, GG. Alrighty folks, well, that was our inside my head. Should we do one more? Okay, let's do one more. Let's do one more for the d4 players. D4 players, let's do Benoni. We learned it from Mr. Whittaker. I just noticed that Philip joined in. We learned it from No Die Classics from Alekhine that this is deadly business. Or at least that you have to watch out here carefully. So now this check is quite powerful because of the subsequent take on e6. And his structure has been compromised. I'm not quite sure what the correct move is after takes and back. Is it immediate e5? Yeah, let's go. Let's go immediate e5 and let's go knight f3. So if he takes, I'm gonna take, king takes, knight takes, threatening knight here. He seems like he's falling apart, but I may have played it a little bit too cash. I don't know. e4. That was a horrendous move. Because now after takes, knight takes, I have got this, I have got that, and e4 is way easier to recapture here than it would have been on e5. Plus, now I did have the extra threat of knight e6. I'm quite tempted to go aggro now, I just don't know how. It's interesting because I can't see how I can turn this into immediate aggression. Bishop c4 looks tempting to put pressure here. Castles looks tempting. Yeah, I'm gonna go with just castles. It is quite possible that this position is optically better than what it really is. I don't know, but yeah, we will see. We will see. Knight d4 is perhaps a semi-decent defending move here. And if takes, knight takes, and then c3, yeah, he's struggling structurally, but no tactical refutation to speak of. Now he's really want to castle queenside, which is very odd given that he can't. So I'm going to put this guy to the test. Oh, that was dumb, was it? Yeah, it was actually dumb by me, because h6 would have put this bishop in an awkward spot. He's basically now forcing my pieces to better squares, so I really don't understand what he's doing. Wow, this is so bad. Dude, you can't play chess like this. I didn't even look at this take because I thought it was so horrid that no one would take it, but apparently this gentleman does not agree. For starters, I can do queen d2, and I think I will, because if I take on here, he would take me, I take him back, and he would castle, and he would feel happy. And I don't like happy opponents, I like sad opponents. Castles is now the move I expect. Things may have turned out to be far more messy than I like it. No, he's just playing really bad chess, actually, by the looks of it. Although knight c4 is something that I didn't really consider too much, and it could well be an annoying move. Nope, not today, he says. Okay, get out of my house, buddy. And let's go center. Center is where we like to be. This is a very, very poor game, and I shouldn't have played this. I was too slack to calculate anything. I'm 100% sure that, yeah, things were missed here big time. I don't know how, but I have a feeling that, yeah, I should have won this way faster than I did. So now I just take, and then queen d5 was my original plan. And I'm hoping that he will take me here, take back, queen takes king h1, and then, yeah, he just ran out of steam, and he's sitting in the middle of the board with his king, completely naked. That looks and spells a disaster. Like, this is actually a really bad move, because not only am I threatening now to win here and here, but he also opened up the e-file now for my rook. So this is an ultimate case of being greedy and paying a very hefty price for it. Can you stop queen d7 check if I go here? No. So now he's dropping at least a piece. He's dropping at least a piece now because of the check. If king f7, I suppose knight g5 is going to lead to a mate. We'll work it out then. No, we won't. We'll work it out now. Knight d8 is tempting too, because it separates the two rooks, as well as knight f4, which is my favorite move now, because I realized that if the king goes back after something like queen e6, he won't be able to defend his belongings. Alrighty, I can see some fireworks after rook e8, so that's why I played this move so fast. Basically everything wins for me here. I can even do rook takes, queen takes, king takes, knight check, and piece up. I was hoping to be able to deliver a lovely checkmate somehow, given that this is our last game. And so I was hoping to make knight check takes rook check work, which can't be captured because queen takes is mate. So knight check, pawn takes, rook takes, king here, rook takes g6. Yeah, that's mate. Okay. Let's do that. I couldn't think of a cuter way, like this is basically me chucking in the kitchen and the sink. I couldn't have sacked more than this. Actually, I shouldn't remove this because if bishop takes its mate immediately. And now if king here then mate, if king here then yeah, that's gonna be the mate. I'm trying to be a little bit sadistic, but I can't. Yeah. So just go back here, and if bishop takes its mate, if king here it's mate, so I can actually pre-move queen f7. Alrighty folks, well that will be it for today. Thank you very much for watching and tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back with more soon. Thank you.